Subscribe to Kelechi YouTube channel for information regarding scholarships and migrating abroad through study route.
Hi everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching from. On my previous video, I stated that my next video will be on how to write a compelling statement of purpose for scholarship and postgraduate study applications. So guys, let's comment on what we have on the table today. So I will be explaining the differences between a statement of purpose and personal statement, and the structure and components of a good statement of purpose. So generally, I will be sharing tips that I leverage to write my statement of purpose that got me to international scholarship. A personal statement is required mostly by American institutions, while SOP is widely used by other countries. Then secondly, a personal statement encompasses your personal achievement and experiences. So here you could talk about your family, your background, your struggle, and your personal achievement and experiences so far. So while an SOP is centered on your academic and professional experiences or achievements. So here you can talk about your motivation for undertaking your undergraduate study, your research interest, your future career goals, your academic interests generally. So and it is worthy to note that many institutions do use these terms, that is personal statement and SOP, interchangeably. So you need to be careful in a situation where you are required to submit one document. So you need to combine the element of both personal statement and statement of purpose. But if they make the distinction, like submit a personal statement and then an SOP, please adhere to uh, the the elements of personal statement and that of statement of purpose. Components and structure of a statement of purpose. So a statement of purpose should contain 4 to 5 paragraphs, though I like keep in mind at 5 paragraphs. So in your first paragraph, this is where you talk about who you are, your motivation for applying for that your particular proposed graduate program. So your motivation could come from your childhood experience, your experience during your internship, because yeah, a lot of students do go for internship during your undergraduate studies, so you can deduce your motivation from there, or your work experiences. So but before I proceed, I need to state this: there's no clear cut to how you will structure your SOP. Once it contains the essential component of a good SOP, you are good to go. Then on your second paragraph, this is where you state your academic and technical interest. What I mean by academic and technical interest, this is where you talk about the skills you garnered maybe during your undergraduate study, during your internship, during maybe during work. So you this is where you talk about it. Not only talking about it, you need to connect it to the program, the graduate program you are applying for. Then your third paragraph is where you talk about your future career goals, and part of that your future career goals includes your potential advisors and professors in that department you are applying for. Additionally, in the third paragraph, this is where you will also state the models you'll be taking during your graduate study, and the skills and knowledge you aim to gain from those models. You also go ahead to state a proposed research topic that you intend to work on if given the admission. And as we mentioned, at least one professor that whose research interest aligns with yours. So guys, if there is nothing you would take home today, you see, mentioning a professor's name in your SOP tells a whole lot about you. It shows that you are smart, you have made your research, and truly you know where you are going to. Moving to the fourth paragraph, this is where you talk about your short and long-term career goals. So here you can talk about your 5 and 10 years career plans or goals and how you aim to achieve them. So I call the fourth paragraph your future after graduation. Though a lot of students sometimes combine the third and fourth paragraphs, having it as one paragraph. That is why I stated before that there is no clear cut to how you will structure your SOP. Once it contains the basic elements of a good statement of purpose, you are good to go. Um, Having said that, on the fourth paragraph, you you will have to state how you will utilize the skills you aim to gain from your graduate program to solve the problem you mentioned in your first paragraph. So guys, you see, SOP is all about coherence. You need to link every paragraph to the other. Um, you can go ahead to talk about how you aim to take up an employment with your um, company of interest that is relevant to your graduate program. So anyhow you wish to solve the national issue or the local issue you mentioned in your first paragraph that motivated you to apply for this graduate program. Anyhow you want to solve it, this is where you will state it. Then moving down to the final paragraph, which is the conclusion. I call this paragraph the anticipatory thanks paragraph. So here you thank the admission committee in advance. So you can say, I look forward to a positive response from the graduate admission committee. Anyhow you want to put it. So this is, you can go ahead to praise the institution, uh, praise the the city, because yeah, every institution is in a city, so you mentioning it, talking about it, shows that really you have made your research and you know where you are going to. But let's move on to the don'ts of an SOP. Avoid grammatical errors in your SOP. After writing your statement of purpose, please edit your work vigorously. And that is why it is paramount that you give another person to peruse through your work. SOP is integral to whether you are admitted or not. So you need to avoid anything that will portray you as being lazy. Then again, avoid relevant details. Don't just pack relevant information in your SOP. Choose the relevant ones. And finally, don't ignore the word limit. So every program do state the word limit for that you need to submit for your SOP. So you need to find that information in the program website you're applying for. So some will say 500 words, 1000 words, a page, 2 pages. So don't just go above the word limit. You can write below it or the exact word limit. Then finally, let me use an example to illustrate what I've been saying so far about a statement of purpose. So a graduate of petroleum and gas engineering applying for a graduate program in petroleum engineering department in any school, in any country. So he states his motivation on how incessant gas flaring and hydrocarbon spillage from oil and gas production has constantly threatened health and leads to economic losses in his country. He goes ahead to explain how this national issue motivated him to undertake his undergraduate program and his determination to find cost-effective oil recovery techniques required to solve this problem. So he also go ahead to talk about his academic and extracurricular activities during his undergraduate study, talking about the knowledge and skills he gained during this time, linking them to his proposed graduate program. So he as well talked about his internships, the volunteering and work experiences, and the skill he gained in those opportunities. And he as well mentions the reason for choosing his proposed school and program. So here he will talk about the ranking or the rating of that institution, how they are excellent in research involving petroleum engineering or oil and gas production, as the case may be. So here as well, he talks about, he mentioned professors and researchers whose research interests align with his. He also go ahead uh, to talk about how he will leverage his newfound skills from that his graduate program to contribute to eliminating gas flaring and hydrocarbon spillage in his country. Then again, he conclude with his anticipatory thanks, where he will say he looks forward to a positive response from the graduate admission committee. Your SOP should not appear in a bullet point. This is just an illustration. You should write your SOP in essay format. So guys, that is all I have for today on statement of purpose. I believe that you have shared the video, you have liked the video. You can leave any question you have on the comment section. I will sure respond and answer your question to the best of my knowledge. On my next video, I will be talking about how to write an academic CV to help you stand out from other applicants, and subsequently I will be releasing video on different scholarship and how you will make application for those scholarship, not only just for scholarship, even for admission, how you will navigate through school website to make your application for graduate program admission. You don't need to pay anybody to help you apply to a particular school or to the program of your choice. You can do it. All you need is just basic information, then you are good to go. So that is it for today, guys. Bye for now.